one topic I hate the most, well, I think will be interesting to chat about that with you, is the whole relationship thing. Because on YouTube, yeah, I think they've made like relationship conversations a bit trashy, innit? Yeah. It's like everybody's just talking nonsense. And everybody's just putting all sorts of things, and there's so much debate going on online, and I'm thinking, bro, what are they talking about? And I think the saddest part is when I see people like older in my generation or closer talking nonsense. You know what I mean? When I see people your generation, I'm like, okay, maybe they're young, whatever. They're getting influenced by what they're seeing on Instagram and stuff. But when I see people my age talking nonsense, I'm like, bro, you don't have no excuse. Like, what are you on about? So, yeah. What do you think?
I agree with you. When you said that, everyone's talking about the wrong things in regards to a relationship, I agree as well. I feel like everyone's just talking about the superficial things in relationships. Just everyone talks about relationships on like a surface level. No one really delves in deep and gets real deep into why you should even be in that relationship with that person in the first place. It's just all very surface level. What they see on TV and all that stuff. That's it. That's what I think. Like, does he pay on the first date? That's what they're more worried about, bro. They're more worried about if he pays on the first date and if he can.
Who's more worried? Is it the guys or the girls?
The girls are worried, and that makes boys worry.
What are the girls worried about?
If he's gonna pay, if he's gonna bring out his wallet.
Is that a conversation that's going on in your friendship group and stuff? Like, who's gonna? Are the girls asking who's supposed to pay, or are the girls like, you're supposed to pay?
The girls are like, you're supposed to pay,
and the guys are like, what?
The guys are like, first date they will, but after that it's 50-50. Not 50-50.
First date they'll pay, but after that is what do you mean?
After that is probably they won't probably pay all the thing, or they won't probably like, it's not every time they go out they're probably gonna pay, but the girls would expect that every time they go out they pay, which is fair enough. But each to their own. Everyone's different. You can't expect that. I don't really like it when girls go into relationships with expectations, because life is not what you expect.
Okay. So, in regards to the date, what do you think?
About what?
About the dates, like who pays first?
Oh, yeah, I would pay. I will always pay first. You know what it is, yeah? When you actually like a girl, you don't mind. You don't actually care paying.
But if it's somebody you just met first date, obviously you don't like him to that level. You're like,
nah,
you're taking him out.
I'll pay for the first time. I'll always pay the first date.
The second date.
And I'm not really feeling. It depends how much I'm interested in them, but I would try to pay, but it depends.
But go on.
And another thing is, it depends who asks who as well for the second date. It depends who asks who. Because if we went on a first date and it was Karma was being initiated, and the second date now she's asking me, yeah, let's go here, let's do this, then I'm gonna expect her to do a little something. But I would pay the most, but I would expect a little something. I don't know if that's bad of me or ungentlemanlike, but she asked me.
She asked. So the second day she asked you, you expect her to pay.
I don't expect her to pay everything, but I expect her to at least chip in, or let's go hard, or don't. I would never expect a girl to pay 100%. But it depends. If you ask me to come out, then
you know what's crazy about what you just said about. All right, let me not get there yet, but I'll get to it. I mean, it's interesting that this is even a conversation. Honestly, seriously, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I promised myself when I was like starting to think about getting into podcasts that I wouldn't talk about relationships, but because it's you and like I know that this conversation is going to be like a big brother, little brother thing. It's fair enough, because I would want your generation or your friends who get to watch this video to see what like the conversation is about and what we actually do, or what we actually did back in our time, or what we the grown folks prefer to do now. So I will talk about it, but it's surprising that this is a conversation, because it shouldn't be. I think when we were growing up, as a man, you want to pay for the dates. And when you ask a girl to go out on the first date, you're definitely going to pay for the date.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
The second date, even if she asked as a man, I will pay for the second date and the third.
And the fourth?
However, and the fourth, I'm a man, I'm a dude. Like, if I like her, or if I see Like, oh, this girl's cool, and we're vibing. By the end of the second date, you should know if you're vibing with this girl.
Oh
or
yeah,
not.
yeah.
So if there's a third date, then that
Yeah.
means it's getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And as a man, I'd rather pay for the date. If she says to me she wants to pay for it, I'll let her pay for it 100%. I won't go halves. That's the difference. I feel like, and I've had in the past, I've had girls that I've seen. I've had a girl that I've seen, and I think on this wasn't even like we didn't really get far in terms of our relationship. We got to a point we just thought, oh, it's not working out. But I think there was either the third or the fourth date, she opted to pay for it, and she wouldn't let me pay for it, and she paid 100% of it. And I think there are women out there that appreciate that you are paying for the dates, and there will be a point where they'll be like, you know what, nah, today let me get it, and they will get the 100% of it. I will have a problem if I took a girl on, say, 4 or 5 dates, and she hasn't even said, oh, you know what, let me get it. I'll be like, nah, let me get it. It's cool, I'll get it. But if she hasn't at least said that let me get it, I'll be like, red flags will start flying around. You see what I'm saying? And from there, I'm just going to start watching, because you don't want the person to get comfortable that everything will be paid by you, in a sense. You also want to know that if there's a situation whereby, for example, you take her out and you might just happen to leave your card, and you realize at the restaurant, she's able to say, oh, no, don't worry, I'll cover it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Some girls will look at you and think, uh-oh, what are you going to do? Do you know what I mean? And it becomes sticky. So you want to just build that border.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying. But I feel like the reason why I say what I say is because it's like, in my generation, the expectation of you to pay is so prominent and so strong. I don't feel like girls had that expectation. Maybe they did. But maybe, like, now, it's like a demand. It's like that you'll go to a date and she wouldn't even bring her card with her because she's just expecting it. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing I don't really like. Like, for example, I was speaking to a girl, right? And I was like, she went on a date with some guy. And then I was like to her, oh, like, then she was complaining about it. She didn't like it. It was boring. He was dead vibes, whatever. And I was like, fam, you should just go out with me on a date. And she was like, oh, yeah, but you're paying, though. I'm like, that's just turning me off now.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think I can't speak for all women, but I think what's happening is probably they've seen it so much on social media of men arguing about who's paying for the date. They kind of feel like they need to kind of put their foot down. Not put their foot down, but they need to make that comment so you kind of understand that you're paying for it. Because if you don't pay for it, that puts her off. So if she likes you, she'll probably say it just so you don't kind of argue with her at the point where the payment is to be made, and then you just put her off and she's like, I like this guy, but look at him, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? I would do that. Like, if I would like someone, I'd prompt them on something so they don't do it to put me off. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I don't know. It just makes me feel like, what do you mean? Like, I'm gonna do it anyway, but why are you not telling? It's like when someone told you to do something when you're already gonna do it.
That's why I said I don't understand why this is a conversation. I don't understand why this is a debate.
Yeah,
because it's just it. It just feels like the young men nowadays are not trying. There's a lot of be a man going on the internet. Like, be a man. Like, this is what you do to be a man. You gym and you do this and you have money and you do all of that. But when it comes time to actually be a man, hasn't taken care of a woman, all of a sudden they don't want to be a man. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, but I feel like that's the same with the women as well. Everyone's like, be a woman, do this, or they want equality, they want this, they want this. But then when it's time to actually do womanly things, they don't want to do it. They want to be treated like a traditional woman. They want you to pay for stuff. They want you to do this. But then they're not acting like traditional women. They're not doing the two things traditional women do. And I'm sorry to say, but the cooking, the cleaning, the doing this, looking after me, looking after that. I'm not saying that's what a traditional woman does. So if you're doing them traditional woman things, then expect a traditional man. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, but the thing is, I see what you're saying. You know my wife, right?
I know you. Yeah.
I don't think I've met many people as strong-headed as her and strong. Like, you know how she is.
Yeah. Do
you know what I mean? A lot of people meet her and they see how she is and they ask me, bro, your wife is a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, she's tough on the exterior, but when you come home, she's calm. Why? I'm not doing anything special. All I'm doing is taking my position as a man without saying it. And then when you do that without saying it, they'll take their position as a woman. So if you act like a man, they will act like a woman. I'm not saying all of them. Obviously, there's terrible men and there's terrible women. But if we're keeping it within the confines of people who have like a bit of sense to them, if you act like a man, your lady's more likely to act like a lady.
Yeah.
And I think as a man and as a person anyway, I don't know if it's because I went to boarding school, but I think as a person anyway, cooking, cleaning, and all those things, you should just do it because you want your house to be clean, not because you're waiting for your wife to come and do it. Like, I like a clean house, so I clean, regardless. Do you know what I mean? Whether she does it or she doesn't do it, I'll do it anyway. So I think that's how it should be. Just because you want your surroundings to be clean, you clean it. I think there's an argument for men whose wives, maybe the man does all the work, goes out to work and works long hours and comes home and nothing is done.
Yeah.
If she has kids, she has a reason for nothing being done. But if she doesn't have kids or there's no kids in the house, there you have to be like,
what's going on?
What's going on? Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying she should cook and clean for you every day, but if you come home and she's home and the house is a mess, she should have a very good reason why the house is still a mess. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there I accept the argument. But if your wife works and there's kids in the house, it becomes a different situation.
It does. And the whole thing I said about traditional women and that's not something I believe, by the way. That's just something I think most of society believes. Like you said, if I was to have a wife or something, I would like to share roles. I would cook, she cooks, I clean, she cleans. I would like to share the roles. If she works, I work as well, or both. I don't really. The traditional thing, I don't really know how I feel about that, you know.
Well, as a traditional woman. And
yeah, like
man.
mom stay at home, look after the kids, and I go to work and come back. Like, we're getting to a stage where women want to do stuff as well, so it's like it's harder for that to happen as well. And like you said as well, cooking, cleaning, it's essentials. So it's a life skills. Like you have to do these things. So like I don't feel like a woman should just do that. We should both do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, and I feel like when that happens and she's just cooking and he's just going to work, that's when you start to cause strains in the relationship, and he's just coming home upset from work, and then you got share those roles.
Yeah, man. I think this is the problem. I think people get into relationships for the wrong things, and I hope that everybody, like, as you grow, you learn this, because really and truly, relationships and marriage and all of that, you're there to serve. You're not there for anything but to serve. That's all you're there for. So you're serving the other person's serving you. You just have to learn what service means to the other person.
That's facts.
That's it. But that's the hard part.
That's facts.
Do you know what I mean? That's the hard part. But each to their own. Everybody's relationship works completely different. I have a friend who earns very good money. Well, earns decent money. His wife earns decent, just a little bit more than he does. He does the bulk of the children's nurseries, and
like
he takes them to nursery, gets them ready, takes them to nursery, puts them to bed, stuff like that, because she works a little bit longer hours. See, so their situation is different.
It's different.
Yeah.
And that's them working together and working as a team. Like you said, you get into a relationship to serve the other person. I feel like a lot of people just go into a relationship to want that person to serve them. And that's solely them. Satisfy minds. I don't really know about you, but look after me. You know? And a lot of people aren't trying to look after someone else. And I feel like that's a problem as well.
Yeah. I think is, if we even take it back all the way back to the beginning where, you know, you're trying to even get with a girl, I think you guys' situation is right now, the way you even get girls is weird. It's like online DMs, apps.
It's all fake.
What do you think about that?
It's all fake.
It's mad. You tell me what you think about it.
It is all fake. How are you linking? How are you on Hinge and you're saying, yeah, I'm looking for a man? Bro.
What's Hinge?
It's an app, bro. It's a dating app, like Tinder or something like that. Girls are on that app religiously looking for a man. And my thing is, I'm an avid believer, if you look for a relationship, you're never going to find it. If you don't look, you're going to find one. I'm a strong believer in that. Because think of it now, yeah? You have a best friend?
I don't know. Actually, that's I don't know if I have a best friend, you know. That's weird.
Okay.
I have very good friends. Yeah.
Okay. Think of the closest friends you had growing up. Yeah. Did you ever say to yourself when you was younger, I'm gonna go and look for a best friend? No. It just came to you, natural. Yeah. And now look, probably still talking to that person today. And that's the same. I don't know why we change it for romantic relationships. When we go and look for someone, you're putting them in a pigeonhole, and everything they do, you know what I mean. So I don't believe in looking for love, and that's why them dating apps and that. I don't really understand that people are there and they're looking for a man. Hi, how are you? I'm good. You? I'm good. What are you looking for? A man. See you later.
But you jump in people's DM. Don't tell me you don't jump.
I'm not saying I don't jump.
Yeah,
in
so
people's
that's
DMs.
the same thing. So
but I ain't looking in there for them to be my girl.
Okay. So you're jumping in DM. When you jump in DMs, it's just
literally just a
thing.
thing.
It's not like
No. I'm telling you, all the girls that I've taken seriously, I've never been in the DMs. I never met them online. I met them. It was organic. Promise you, bro. I saw them in the flesh and I was like, who's that? And I wanted them. I never met a girl online and said, I want you. And then met her and I'm like, yeah, I'm taking you serious.
I've actually taken a girl seriously that I met online before.
Is it?
Was it? Yeah, I'm going to sound old my days. It was on MySpace. Fucking hell. Yeah, I actually took her serious, but it just didn't work out.
Didn't work?
Yeah.
Like, things like love at first sight. It's like it's a real thing, you know. I actually think it's a real thing.
You think?
Like you see someone straight away, you're like, nah.
Is it love?
And that's another problem with me and this generation and me. Like we don't know the difference between love and lust.
Yeah?
No.
You think? Why'd you say that?
No, we don't know the difference.
Why'd you say that?
But
it's the easiest thing to tell. No?
I don't think so.
Yeah, tell me why.
I feel like a lot of people are rushing into things. Like, for example, I don't even know if I can name names. But
don't mention.
Okay, I'm not going to name names, but a friend of mine, when he watches this, he'll know I'm talking about him.
Them ones.
Like, for example, a friend of mine is talking to a friend of mine. Like, I linked them two up, right? They've already been talking for like 2 weeks. Why are they talking about moving in together? Why are they talking about being in a relationship? 2 weeks.
Goddamn.
And they've done the deed. So I feel like that's accelerated the process 10 times 10. So now they think other things because they've broken that boundary. And it's lust at this moment, but they're taking it for something else. But it's lust, clearly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's a generational thing, in my opinion. I think even like in our generation, there's been instances. I know there's been instances that I've met someone and thought, raw, this is it.
Yeah.
And we've had a very decent like relationship. Do you know what I mean? Maybe a year or maybe a year and a half, 2 years, whatever. But I have done that. And I don't think that's a generational thing. I just think that I just feel like it was more organic back in the day, but now it's a little bit harder to be organic because even when you meet someone organically, social media becomes a part of your relationship somehow. Because you're waiting for them to post you. Do they post you? Do they not post you? Do you know what I mean?
All of that stuff, PR, yeah. Headache, bro. Absolute headache. Because it's like, it's 3 people in a relationship now. Me, you, and social media. Where can I take you where you're going to flaunt it on social media and then all your friends are going to be like, hey. Like, that's literally it. Like, girls want to be taken out these days just so they can pull it on Snap and they pull it on this. And, like, I'm more of a kind of, I won't post you. I won't even post you. Because evil lies are real. Like, yeah, bro. People will see a girl and be like, oh, that's your girl, yeah, and then hope bad things upon you. But I'm not really on posting on social media as my other half as well, because the moment you don't, everyone's gonna know what happened. The moment you do, people know you're together. And it's just very intrusive, in my opinion. You know, and those people that post their relationship on social media when they're arguing, when they're going through stuff, and I just don't know. For some people,
they can't keep it off the gram. Everything has to be played out in front of everyone. The good times, the bad times, everything.
Certain girls, you know when they're single. You just know when they're single, bro. And it's like,
delete all the pictures.
Fam! You know when the girl is single. It's so crazy. It's like, she won't post herself at all. She just posts little pics of her man, and all of a sudden she's posting herself bare. She's out there. You're thinking, there's your man.
Yeah. that is funny. Like, so what's the what does a timeline look like nowadays? Like, if you meet a girl, whether organically, what does a timeline look like?
Alright, cool. So a timeline looks like,
what's the communication?
What? Where did they meet? Online or?
No, you said you
me?
meet most organically, right?
Yeah.
So what does a timeline look like when you meet a girl? What's the phone conversations, the texting?
If it's organic,
yeah. Well,
if it's organic and it's real, and you actually like, you're gonna do something with that girl, bro. As soon as you see her, you're gonna know. With me, I'm the type of guy. If I see a girl, I know if I want you or not. I know if I want to take you serious.
Sorry.
So you gotta have that feeling, and then after that, if you're not talking every day,
on the telephone, like phone call.
no.
What?
Just texting.
Go on.
You don't have to talk on the phone every day. But if at least one message a day, like if you actually like someone, you're gonna be like, you're gonna
one message a day.
At least
one message.
Not even at least, but like at least one little convo.
So like text messages do it for the girls. Like you're texting her, she's fine with just you texting her back and forth. Like you have a conversation on text.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at beginning stages, at beginning stages, you're just talking, just texting every day at least. Because if you like her and she likes you back, you're both gonna think about each other. It's gonna be natural to just think about that person and text them. Texting. Phone calls, here and there. Maybe after the first couple of times you see each other, then you can start phone calling each more. This period will last probably about... Everyone's different though on the talking stage and how long it should last. Me, I'm not talking to a girl less than 6-7 months minimum before I ask her to be my girl.
Fair enough.
Do you think that's alright?
If it works for you, yeah.
How long do you wait? What's the talking stage for you?
For her to be my girl?
It's like from the moment you meet her. I
don't have a time limit.
So if you meet a girl today, you can make her your girlfriend in 2 weeks?
Obviously not, but I don't say to myself at least 6 months. If it's 3 months and I feel like, all right, cool, I've seen enough.
3 months then. And I do feel like, but like, what if it's been 3 months and you lot it's just happy-go-lucky all the time? Just happy. Like, I feel like you need to go through
what, in 6 months?
Some stuff.
6 months you won't see nothing. Listen, you don't know a person until you live with them. That's period. That's bottom period. Until you live with a person, you don't know them. So that 6 month thing is not necessary. But like, I wanted to touch in terms of the conversations, like the texting and the telephone. So telephone calls, would you say how long do your telephone calls last if you like someone? Like,
oh, my telephone conversations last forever.
Like how long?
I'll sleep on the phone.
Yeah? You still do that?
Yeah, I still do that. I did that last night.
You did that last night? Waste man. Wifey said she heard you talking on the phone actually.
Is it? Did that last night.
Yeah.
But yeah, sleeping on the phone. I feel like that's one of the best ways to get to know someone as well, FaceTime and speaking on the phone. It's amazing.
See, I like that. I half expected you to say that we text, and then we go out, we text, and then like the phone calls don't last. So I feel like the relevance of phone call is kind of like dipping.
Yeah.
People don't want to talk on the phone.
They don't. And I'm such a bad texter, yeah. Like, I can't convey my personality over text. I have to phone you and then you can see the real me, how I actually am. Like, texting versus FaceTime, it's it's the complete difference. Like, FaceTime is my way forward. If I want to get a girl, I have to try and get a FaceTime in. Yeah.
That's decent. So, by the beginning texting thing, right, I guarantee you, women in my generation, I won't even say over, women in my generation or a maturity of a certain level, if you text them 3 or 4 days in a row, just texting, they'll get to a point they will tell you, bruh, phone me. If you want to talk to me, phone me. Or they will stop replying your text. Because it's like, what are we doing? What are we, kids? Like, holla at me. Let's talk. Do you know what I mean?
Grown folk business.
Talk. I mean, again, like how we, like in the last video we did, I was saying to you that I don't think you guys are living. Like, you guys are not living. Bro, in my day, like when I was, let's just push it back a little. Like, let's compare to when you were like 18 to when I was like 17, 18. Let's say 17, 18, thereabout. When I was like 17, 18, if you like a girl, mind you, social media didn't exist, telephones, mobile phones really didn't exist. They did, but very hardly anybody had them.
Yeah.
If you meet a girl and you like them, you have to find a pen and a paper, bro. Either, bro,
You looked at me so serious.
bro, either that or she has to have a lipstick on her, or your memory has to be serious. The thing is, Ghana was easy because we had 6 digits. Do you know what I mean? 6 digits for telephone number. So we have to learn 3. Like, so it was a little bit easy. But the people that were here, at that time I was probably that 0151 T-Mobile nonsense. And then an extra 7 numbers, that must have been mad. So you have to have one of those things. So if you have a pen and a paper, you're laughing. Or a pen, just a pen, at least you can write a telephone number in your hand. Or if you have a paper, or if she has lipstick, she can write it here.
Yeah.
So then you can go away with her number.
What?
And when you get home with her number and you try to call her the next day or whatever, it's a house phone. Her dad or her mom is picking up that phone. You have to explain the reason why you're calling their daughter on a school night.
Homework.
You think it's a good excuse until the dad says to you, "I," and sits there and waits till you lot are actually doing homework, and then what? So you have to explain to the dad why you want to speak to the daughter. Some parents were cool. They're like, "All right, cool, whoever," but you have to you have to approach it like, "Hello, good evening. My name is blah blah blah. Can I speak to blah blah blah?" You have to be polite about it. And they're like, "Where do you know her from?" You have to explain, "Oh, she's in my class, blah, blah, blah. And why are you calling her today on a school day?" You have to explain, "Oh, blah, blah, blah. This is my reason." Listen, and if he's happy with that, he's like, "All right, cool." Calls the daughter. She comes on the phone and you lot can talk. And while you lot are talking, you can't talk for more than 10 minutes because the house phone is for everybody. She can't be holding on to that because there's other phone calls coming through. All you be hearing in the background is, "Yo, there's other, put the phone down. What if somebody wants to call me?" kind of thing. But the parents better shouting at her because she's on the phone for too long.
That sounds like a hype.
Bro. And then after that, the phone call stage is finished. After all the hype, you have to go to her house and knock on her door, bro. And that father that's been hyping you up on the phone is now opening the door, asking you, "Who are you?" And you have to explain, "Oh, my name is blah, blah. I'm here to see blah, blah." And at this point, he knows that you are that guy that's been calling. So right straight off the bat, he knows you're onto his door.
Yeah.
Fam, there is nothing more awkward than sitting in a living room with a girl you like and her parents.
And she's in the room getting
She's
ready.
there.
Oh, she's there.
She's in her room getting what? Get ready to do what? Go where? You must be out of your mind. You're in the room with her parents and you're watching whatever they're watching. And the two of you just sit there and just sneak in conversations like, "Oh, how was it?" Just have conversations while the parents are there. And if you survive that for a few times, and then you have to gather the bravery to ask her to go out with you. And then you have to get the permission from the parents. If you're lucky, they say, "Yeah, go." And they give you guys. One girl I used to see in Ghana, what her parents would do is they'll let the driver take her, because Ghana, we've got drivers and stuff. They'll let the driver take us out. So she's supervised. Do you know what I mean? If you're not lucky, the dad or the mom will be like, "All right, cool, let's go. We're all going to go." And they'll take you out. They'll give you a little price. Where we were lucky was, for some reason, some genius in Ghana came up with an idea that I don't know why it still hasn't, someone else hasn't done it today. Because he set up this thing, this business idea, this business that was basically like a cross between a cinema and a hotel. And we went there to watch American Pie. Me and this girl went there to watch American Pie. Basically, when you get there, you order the movie you want to watch.
Yeah.
And then they give you a room with a TV, a bed, and a sofa. And on that TV, whatever movie you ordered is playing.
But just you two? Just you two?
Just you two. So basically, you can watch that movie. There's room service. You can order food. You can order drinks. And they'll just bring it to you, the two of you in that room, and you just chill there and watch the movie. So for the session, for the length of that movie, that's what you have. I'm like, this is genius.
Hey, why has no one done that in
Of course, they shut it down because man, them took advantage. Definitely. But they shut the place down after a while. They didn't shut it down. I shouldn't say that. But for some, it went out of business. But I would imagine that It was because we took advantage of it. Do you know what I mean? So because of that, we were lucky to have a place where you and your girl can spend some private time and just relax and, you know, at least get to second base or something. But other than that, bro, it was hard. Hard going. So I think within that period of time, and if you were in Ghana, right, and you were like 17, 18 or 19 and you were running around talking about how you're having a lot of sex and all of that, bro, you're lying. You're lying. It's all cap. None of us were getting
Okay, so then when did it get like easier for you?
It got easier when it gets to a point. I think you start meeting more people and you start meeting people whose parents kind of leave the house to them. If you're lucky to meet someone whose parents is kind of like a diplomat or a minister of parliament, they're usually not at home, so they leave the house to the child with the house helps who don't really have that much power. So if you know somebody like that, you're laughing. And I knew one girl like that, so friends with benefit. That was where I was getting all my little bits from. Yeah. But other than that, forget it. The parents were like hawks, bro. On your back.
Listen, these days, all I got to do is link a girl on the road, get a snap, add her on Snap, talk to her a little bit, phone her, ask her when we're linking, link her. Next thing you know, we're linking in wherever, and we're done. That's it. Boom.
That's easy, bro.
But if I was 17, 18, it would have been a bit difficult because if I don't have a place, she don't have a place. And it's like, what are we doing?
Premiering. Premiering.
I hear that, but bro, 17, 18, when I was 17, 18, I was only making like 40, 50 pound a week, bro.
You can't save 2 weeks. You're not determined. After you ever saved 2 weeks.
I didn't want it enough, did I?
Yeah, no, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
All right, so yeah. But no. Let's get to the more like serious parts of it, because I think a lot of people need to hear some of the conversations that we have. Because I'm married. I've been married for 5 years now.
I think that deserves. That's great stuff.
Bro,
5 years in marriage.
5 years.
That's madness.
5 years now.
Crazy.
And I've had my share of foolishness. Do things you're not proud of. When you grow up, trust me, there's a lot of things you're doing now you grow up, you're not going to be proud of.
100.
You do things you're not proud of, and you do certain things is like is experience, you know what I mean? But you fall back after a while and you just keep it serious. So I say that to say, like, I know a bit about what you guys are going through. And I think the way things are going right now for your generation, it's sad because a lot of you are not going to experience those things. Like being in a relationship. They've pretty much made it look like there's a word for it now. You're a simp. Like if you're kind of being submissive. A real dude, like you're being a real man, you're a simp, apparently.
Yeah, and like doing everything for the woman and doing her this and doing that, you're a simp.
It's sad. It's sad because that word is gonna stop a lot of people from treating women the way they deserve to be treated. Look, there's idiots everywhere. There's stupid women, there's stupid men. You find the right person, you treat them right. Don't care about who's calling you a simp, who's calling you this or who's calling you that. Like, so since it's you guys' like generation now, you tell me, what is this era's idea of how a man should be if he's in a relationship?
In this generation, I feel like girls will be happy. Majority of girls will be happy if he earns more than her, drives, and doesn't live at home. That's it. That's all you need.
At what age though? Because that's all. You do realize that's all like all right expectations. They're not over expecting.
Okay, they're not over expecting. But like you said, at a certain age.
At what age are we talking?
I'm 26. Fresh out of uni, bro. They're expecting these things.
Fresh out of uni?
Fresh out of uni, they're expecting these things. Like, what? What? Like, yeah, they want those things. What was you going to say?
No, I was going to say is all expectations that are, like, expected. Like, women are allowed to have those expectations. And they're in their right to have those expectations.
Of course.
I just think that maybe what I realized early in life was that the women at my age were not for me. They were looking at for men that were
way older
than me, and were like they almost had their life
complete.
Yeah, And that's what we're looking for.
That's what the girls my age are looking for. Just the men that have their life complete.
But you're 26.
My life can't. Okay, maybe other people's lives are complete, but my life isn't complete. I don't even want my life to complete right now. The way I want my life, it's gonna take a lot for it to be complete.
How do you want your life first?
I want to be. I want to be wealthy. What's the word? I want to be. I'm going to be someone in this. I'm well established. I want to be
before
healthy.
You have a relationship.
Not before I have a relationship, but before I say to myself that I'm complete. I'm not someone that says that I'm getting a relationship with a girl that's complete. I'm willing to grow with someone.
Well, most men are.
I'm willing. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm willing to grow with someone. I'm not trying to see a girl that's complete and say, yeah, I'm taking you. If I get into a relationship with a girl, I want her and me to be able to grow with one another and improve one another. Not just have a complete me and then I'm just telling you what to do. That's not what I'm on.
So, what do you find as? Because at the age of 20, your age, like middle 20s, you're pretty much like a man. Like, do you know what I mean? So, what do you find as unfair expectations then?
What, like right now?
Yeah.
Ooh.
If you meet a 26-year-old girl, she's a woman, even more than you. Like, she's more mature than you are. Do you know what I mean? So you don't expect her maturity level to match with yours.
I do.
26-year-old woman.
Yeah.
And a 26-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Very rare, bro. They're way more mature than you.
A 26-year-old woman?
Yeah.
Way more mature than me.
100%. That's one thing I learned early. They're way more mature than you. Let me tell you something. I was in college, right? And this wasn't even 26. This was like 22. Because I went to college late, because I got to this country late. And they wouldn't let me go to uni because they wouldn't take my Ghana qualification. So I had to go to college at 21, 22, which was a nightmare. And I met this girl who was in my class. So she was the same age as me. I don't know why she was in college at 21, 22, but she was. And she said to me one day, bro, I'm looking for a man that can pick me up, put me on the wall and show me something. Exactly. That's the same expression I had. I thought to myself, boy, well, that ain't me. From that point on, yeah, I learned a lesson and just thought to myself, you know what, yeah, these girls my age are way more mature than I am. I didn't even understand what she was saying at that time. I understood it, but I didn't understand it. Do you know what I mean? What she was trying to communicate there is, bro, first of all, you have to be able to pick me up, which I couldn't at that time. Yeah. And then secondly, you have to show me something. Show you what?
18.
I don't know. I'm like, show you what? I don't know what you're talking about. Do you know what I mean? So at that point, I learned that, the maturity level is different.
I don't know. Yeah, and that goes into the thing. Yeah, younger girls, 21, 22, they just want an older man. And they just look for that for like a sense of security. And that just goes into the topic of they want someone that's complete. Not someone to, not someone that can learn to show her something. Not someone that can grow with her to show her something. She just wants someone to show her something now. Why? Why do girls feel like when they're 21, 22, 23, they need an older person to show them something new?
Because they need an older person to show them something new.
But why can't you do that with someone your own age?
Oh, bro, nobody, like at that time, at that age and at that level, maturity level, you ain't got time to be showing somebody how to do anything.
But then the girls aren't even mature themselves though. Oh, you're saying they are mature.
More mature than you. I'm not saying they're mature, but they're mature than you.
Okay.
That's the thing. Because they are matured enough to understand that you can't show them anything. And you're so immature. You're thinking,
no, I can.
Why, man? Do you know what I mean?
I'm thinking I can.
Yeah, they're mature enough to understand that. They're looking at you thinking, you have no idea. And then you're thinking, yeah, I do. You don't. Do you know what I mean? So that's the maturity level. I mean, as you grow, it balances out. I think when you get to about maybe 35, at that point, you can probably date.
That's 35. Yeah, then that's when it starts to align.
That's when it starts to balance out a little bit. Probably even date a girl older than you. Do you know what I mean? If you've got your everything, like your shit on lock. So, but at that 21, 26 spot there, women are looking to advance their life. And you can't give them that.
At all. And why is that though? Why can't I give them? Because I'm not knowledgeable.
If you've got everything on lock, There will be some dudes that have everything unlocked that can still like 26 get a 25, 26-year-old girl, but that means they've got their money right mostly, and they've achieved a certain level of career. Like they've matured. Some men mature.
But you say this,
still,
yeah. Mm-hmm. You say this, yeah. The 21, 22, 23 girls are mature. They want this, they want that. But when they do find that, it's not coming from a man of what's the word? Basically, he's not legal. He's not legitimate. So is that girl still mature? He's not doing legal things to acquire his money. So is that girl still mature? Because it's not 21, 22. Because right now, if she's 21, 22, and she's looking at older guys, let's say 24 to 26, 27. 7 times, maybe even 8 times out of 10, that guy's not doing legit stuff. If he's got all of those things in order, he's not doing everything legit. So is that girl then still mature? Or does she just want the fast life?
When I say, like I said, there's always foolish people and there's always like people who are less foolish. There are definitely, and I saw this myself when I was younger, there were definitely girls who were more attracted to bad boys and guys who had money when they were all doing things illegally. And it's just a lesson that they have to learn. They are matured, but I'm not saying they're mature. No, they're mature than you. They're not mature to the level where they need to understand this guy is not good for me. But they're mature than you. That's the thing. They're more mature than you. That is the thing. But I think it's a lesson that they learn. And a lot of girls learn that lesson the hard way.
They do.
The hard way. I've seen some girls crash because of those. I've seen girls go to jail because they decided to chase them. Yeah, man. Jail. Aiding and abetting, bro. Because they decided to be with a man who does fraud. I've seen girls go to jail for 7 years.
I've never seen a girl go to jail because of another man. Because of fraud.
7 years because she was aiding and abetting. She was aiding and abetting. She didn't have a clue what she was doing.
So why'd she go to jail then? She had no idea.
Aiding and abetting, bro.
But she had no idea.
Yeah, bro, aiding and abetting. If you get caught at the wrong place, mate.
Fuck.
Yeah. So some girls learn that lesson the hard way. You know? But I always say, like I said to you the other day, it gets better, bro. Just focus on you. It gets better.
But these days, I'm not even focused on girls, bro. If they want to chat to me, they can chat to me. But I'm not chasing no girls these days, man. I've actually had enough. Can
you not just have female friends?
I'm trying to have female friends.
Can you have female friends?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I believe in female friends and
why
males and guys and girls can be friends.
Why? What makes you think guys and girls can't be friends?
First of all, a guy is not going to be a friend of a butters girl.
That's stupid, but go ahead.
I know for a fact. Bear my friends. We're not like.
Let's not use that word. Let's not consider anybody but us. Let's just say a guy's not going to be friends with a girl he's not attracted to.
Okay, he's not attracted to. Because initially, as men, we're all going to talk to people that we're attracted to. If you're attracted to someone, okay, for example, you say you're friends, but if that friend would try to kiss you, are you going to kiss them back? That's what you have to ask yourself. If you're going to say no, then you can be friends. If both parties say no, you can be friends. But if one party says yes, then I don't think you can be friends. Honestly. If I'm friends with a girl, she's not really attractive, and I find her attractive. I don't know if I can stop myself if she wants to kiss me, you know? Would you? Think of the girls you have that are good looking. If she
wants to kiss you, then obviously she wants to take it to the next level. But if she doesn't try to kiss you, but she's still very pretty and you're attracted to her, can't you be friends with her?
I can, but then there'll always be that there. Like if she was, say for example, was to go out, drunken night, whatever, one thing happens, then you've just crossed the boundaries. That will always be there because you find her attractive, or she will find you attractive. Once you cross that barrier, you've crossed it. So it's like for you to be friends and purely friends. If she was to go up to you, you got to be like, no, I don't want that. Or if you can't do the same to her. If you was to do the same to her, she's got to be like, no, you know. So
you don't think like if you meet a girl who you're attracted to and you kind of speak to her a few times, you don't sometimes meet a girl that way and then you speak to her and you think to yourself, oh, maybe speaking to her, she's not really mind-wise, she's not really my kind of
100%.
Can't you be friends with her?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be sitting at home and shout her and be like, "Yo, what you doing? Do you wanna come chill?" That's what I do with my friends. I'm not gonna do that with her.
Oh, you mean like tell her to come to the house and come chill?
Just to come chill. That's what I do with my friends. Or let's go here. I'm not gonna really do that with her. You know?
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
So I like girls. I'm never gonna be like to girl. Yeah, yo.
I mean, I have female friends that I can phone and say come chill and not do anything. But I don't know if that's because I'm married now. I wouldn't do that now anyway. But when I was in a relationship with my now wife or my previous girlfriend, I had friends that I was cool with, that were attractive, that I would have been attracted to hadn't I been in a relationship, that could come to my house, me and them, and we just chill and not. I would not feel no pressure to try and try anything. No.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's important that like make that one of the things that
this year I have.
You
I
try
have been
to
trying.
try to do that.
I've been trying.
Your life will be so much better when you can look at an attractive girl and be like, "Oh, you're cool."
Yeah,
and just be friends with her.
Yeah, I just want to be.
Trust me, your life will be so much better. People will look at it and think, "Oh, you should want to be, man." No. Find an attractive girl that you want to be friends with, and just be friends with her, and just try it out. You will learn a lot about women. 2, you'll be great friends. You make a very good friend. 3, you never know where it might lead. No, not in that way. Not in that. No, I'm not saying like sexually or anything. But in future, you never know who she might introduce you to. What kind of opportunities, business-wise, that she might put you in. Do you know what I mean? So you have to try that. And when I used to do the magazine, obviously I used to work with a lot of models and women that are like in industries doing a lot of amazing things, like attractive women. Never once did I look at any one of them. I promise you on my life. And at that time I was reckless. I wasn't faithful in my relationship. I'm not proud of it, but I wasn't. I was reckless at that time. But never once did I look at any one of them and think, I would like to sleep with you. Let me try it. Not once.
But don't you think that's because you're in the working setting though? You're in a business setting. You're not in a social setting. So you're not.
It doesn't matter. A lot of them said to me, it's quite surprising that you haven't actually tried anything. Because when they work, thank you for being professional. Because anytime we work with men, this is what they do, and it's good to know that there's men out there that can just work with you and not try anything. I heard that maybe 3 times.
That's bad.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter for some men.
I hear that. But I am trying to change my ways. Like I am trying to. This year, I've actually said to myself, I'm actually going to be friends with more females because I
think you and a lot of the guys in your generation need to try that. Find a cool female friend. Like,
I've got like 1 or 2.
There's some really cool girls out there, you know, and then their looks just disappear to you. You just become like the coolest people. Like,
yeah. I just used to think you couldn't do it, mate. You couldn't be friends with girls.
You can. It's just not as easy as being friends with a guy.
It's not easy, and I feel like you can't talk about the same things you can with guys. In a room full of men, you can't really talk about the same things if there was like one girl there.
What do you mean?
Like
what?
I don't know. I feel like conversation changes when you're with, like, say for example, there's three of you and then one girl. Like you can't really talk about everything you'd really want to talk about because there's a girl in there. Scared about what she would think about the conversations that you're having. Like,
you'd be surprised.
Is it?
You'd be surprised.
Is it?
I think like how I was saying to you that you might learn a lot from having friends that's
female. Yeah, that'll be.
They probably will learn a lot having friends that are male like that. No, like they can sit with you and you lot be talking. You can be looking at you thinking, "Oh, okay, this is how you guys guys operate." They can learn from it. I think it's important. I think that needs to be made cool. I don't know if it's like that. Do you have a group of friends, male, females, that you lot get together, or does it happen in your setting, in your generation?
In my circle, it does. In other people's, I believe it does, but obviously everyone has that in the back of their mind that they, you know what I mean, that could potentially happen. But in my circle, it does happen. Like, we have girls in my circle that are just strictly friends, but it's like for me to consider you my friend, I gotta be able to shout you and say, come chill with me and come let's do stuff together. But I wouldn't necessarily do that with them. But if they're there, then they're cool, innit? They're cool people. But yeah, in my circle, we do have that. And there's one boy in particular who chills with them more religiously than the rest of us. And everyone just thinks that he just likes them all. So that's what you're going to get. That's a backlash. Yeah. That's a back. Oh, he's done stuff with them all. He's had sex with them. But that's the backlash you're going to get. No, he hasn't.
I know a few people like that, yeah.
He hasn't. But yeah, you're going to get a lot of backlash if you do that. And that's the thing when you go a boy and a girl and being friends. Everyone thinks you like each other, but you're just chilling.
That's true. I'm not gonna lie. Even in my generation, my workplace, like one of my old workplaces that I used to work with, and I had like a very good female friend there, and they always used to say, "Oh, you guys, are you together?"
Yeah, no, just cool.
We're just cool, man. We can't. Well, just because we're both black, you know what I mean?
And that's another thing with having female friends. Everyone's just gonna think you like, but forget what everyone else thinks as well. If you guys know the truth, then
that's all that matters.
That's what that matters. Right. Oh my God. Already?
22.
Yeah. Tell you.
Alright.
You was gonna do that?
I'm gonna pour it for you.
Okay.
Like, but you're going out today, innit? Afterwards.
Come on.
I'm staying. Like, I'm not.
Nah, come man.
I'm taking you out, but I'm not gonna go to the club.
No, come with me.
It's gonna go show you the red light district and that. It's interesting. Hamburg has a very interesting red light district.
Is it?
Only men allowed, no women.
What?
Yeah. I'll show you. It's a street. Just only men allowed. No women are allowed to
Why?
go there. And the police are there making sure no women go there.
What?
Look.
Strictly for the man them, yeah?
Strictly for the man them. Europe is different, you know. All right, cool.
What?
Cool. Let's get into it.
Go.
All right.
12 minutes.
Yeah, 12 minutes. 10 now. So 7 past. All right. Okay, so let's try and play a little bit of a game, a little bit. Tell me what you guys do in your era to show girls that you like them, or like for example, people buy flowers. What are some of the popular things that you guys do to show girls that you're on it? Watch the mic.
Do you want to know what everyone does, or do you want to know what I do?
Everyone. I'm talking about in general.
Everyone.
Let's move it from you now.
Jeez, what do man them do to get a girl? If it was in the club, buy a drink.
Buy bottles.
Buy bottles. If it's outside, buy her hair.
Buy her hair.
Buy her hair.
All right, go on.
AliExpress. You buy her hair. You do her something to do with maintenance. You do her hair. You do her nails. You pay for something. They like that. You would cook for her. They like that. Acts of service. Girls love acts of service. You would show her off. A lot of girls like to be shown off. Some girls don't, but the majority of girls like to be shown off. So they like to know that everyone else knows that you're talking to them. Do you know what I mean? So like they want you to let everyone know that you're talking to her, leave me alone kind of thing. What else would the man them do? Anything to do with buying gifts and showing her off and things like that. That's what the man them do these days to try and get girls, honestly. Buying gifts. Buying gifts is the main
thing. So
thing.
buying.
Yeah.
Showering.
Paying for
what
things.
kind of gifts
Showering.
though?
Bro, flowers and chocolates, and girls will be happy. And I think that's so. That's kind of dead.
Oh, that's alright,
man. Bro, you got to
so
be
like,
more
let's
creative.
take it back. Give me like very quickly in like 1 or 2 minutes. Take it back a little bit. So when you guys were like 16, 17, what kind of things were you doing?
Oh, because then the money isn't that.
That's what I mean.
The money isn't.
Yeah,
that.
I'm not talking about. Let's not talk about money being a factor. Let's just talk
Oh.
about things that.
Oh, back then you just got. It's all in the actions. Then how fast you reply. Them things. If you really like it, you got to reply.
Yeah.
How long are you on the phone for? Them kind of things. When I was 17, 18, is how I showed a girl I liked her. And quality time. Spending time with her every weekend. I was with her. Even doing little things like helping her with her work. That was when I used to do bare. Let's go library.
There's more romance in the library than anywhere at that age, bro.
Ain't not be a library session, you know.
It's not that different. From
not
what we
that
used
much
to do,
different because you ain't got much at your disposal. So You just got to literally just spend as much time with her as possible.
But in our time, though, when we were like 16, 17, the number one thing I feel like you could do for a girl that you liked was record her a mixtape. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that.
Man, I'm making tracks.
Not like you're not singing yourself. That's not what I mean by recording a mixtape. Look, even the generation difference.
You know what I mean? Oh,
what you need to do,
I know what you're talking about.
is record a mixtape. You either get, if you're lucky and you have CD recorders.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You get a recorder. You record her like her favorite or your favorite slow jams. Put it on the CD and give it to her. Do you know what I mean?
But I see that on a film one time.
That's what
one
we
of
used
them
to do.
80s films.
It was very common. That's what we used to do. Or if back in the days when it was like cassettes, you have to get the songs. You have to get the songs off the radio, bro. If you don't have a CD player, you have to get the songs off the radio. You sit at the radio and wait. Like there was Atlantis Radio. Was it Atlantis? I think so, in Ghana. And they had this program called Quiet Storm. That's when all the slow jams come on. You sit in your room next to the tape and wait for the presenter to play a song that you want on the tape, and you just press record, poof, and you have to make sure you're there to press pause before the adverts come through. You have to get it right. If you let one advert slip through, you flopped. Yeah, so you have to do that record and then go give it to her.
Fam, I feel like what you said, that's mad that you said that, because I feel like we have modern versions of that. So like a modern version of that I would do is make a Spotify playlist.
People do
Send
that?
her the link. Yeah.
Yeah?
Make a Spotify playlist, send the link, or we would make a joint playlist and would add songs. Both just add songs.
I like that one.
Yeah, we just both add songs to
like
it.
that one.
And then that's a good thing to do.
I like that one. That one's really good. That's a better version of what
you did. Yeah, just add songs to it. You got a song, she got a song. So anytime we go to the playlist, oh yeah, you added that song, right? That sounds good, you know. And then we do that, or even like, things like that, or like watching shows together on FaceTime as well, and things like that. That's a good thing. So
but the thing is, what we did, in terms of recording the tape, the sad part is if you record it and she never listened to it, bro.
You wasted your time.
No chance with this girl, bro.
Did you ever do that?
What? Record it? Yeah, of course. Of course.
How long did that take you, that whole process?
Oh, it could take weeks. Bro, you think it's a joke out here? You have to find all the songs you like. Even if you have a CD player and you're not even doing it on radio, you have to find those songs somewhere. You have to find it from somewhere, bro. You have to find somebody who has it or something.
No, that is a myth. That's it. And I feel like dating back in your day required so much effort.
It was much better. Much better. Because you required effort. You needed to put in effort. It was so much effort.
Bro, guys, I feel like we are... What's the word? Like, we don't put in as much effort as you lot do, and we still complain about the same.
Yeah,
you know
that's what I'm saying. So, like, just to wrap it up, for me, like you're saying, you guys have it easier, and you still complain about women, and the women are doing this, and the women want this, and the women want that. Look, a woman will be a woman when you be a man, whatever that means to you. Nah, for real. When you be a man, a woman will be a woman.
No,
they recognize real at the end of the day, and that's across the board. You know what I mean? If you're keeping it real, she keep it real. We're talking about the confines of being a good person. I'm not talking about the idiots on the extremes. If you keep it real, she'll keep it real. So all this, women are this and men need to be like this, and when you were with a woman, don't pay on the first date, they'll take you for an idiot. All of that is just nonsense. Deal with the woman in front of you.
Deal with it.
Whatever she deserves, give it to her. Forget about everybody else.
And just to wrap up, just to say one thing as well, the fact that you say that, you know when you said, simping, if you're doing things for women and you like it, just do it. Bro, do you know how many times I've done such nice things for girls, and I'm thinking, fam, why am I doing this? But then I think to myself, no, I want to do this. I'm just going to do it. And I feel like that thought entering my head is coming from society and what they say about
what others are going to think.
What others are going to think. But I have to put that aside and say, no, I want to do this. I want to make her food. I want to cook for her. Why not? I don't care. I don't give a toss. But a part of me feels I shouldn't.
No, do it, bro. Deal with a woman in front of you. If she deserves it,
then give it to her. Yeah, facts.
If you think she deserves it, do it.
Yeah.
Her true colours will show she doesn't deserve it eventually. And you just know that this is not the person for me, and you keep it moving. Do you know what I mean? I mean, now it's easy for you lot, so keeping it moving shouldn't be a thing. Back in my day, keeping it moving meant, I have to record another tape for someone else. Do you know what I mean?
I'll go speak to another dad.
I'll go speak to another dad. That's just long. But yeah, you lot can do
long
that, man.
thing.
Do you know what I mean? But anyway, bro, yeah, interesting conversation, man. But yeah, I think this internet thing is taking it too far in terms of relationships. I promised myself I wasn't gonna talk about relationships, but it's always good to talk with relationships about people who want to listen in it and who have a right head on mic. So yeah, man, another video. What's the next one about? Don't know.
We don't know. We're just winging it. We're actually just winging it.
Alright, cool. Anyway, like, subscribe.
All that good stuff. Oh,
yeah, man.
Jinx.
You owe me a Coke. Yeah, all that good stuff. Leave your comments in the comment section.
Literally. Peace.